So let's try to continue with the left topic in the impurities of an electric vehicle. So coming to the next impurity. So here the impurity is nothing but sulfur. So actually we already told that the combustion of this petrol and diesel will give the output as carbon dioxide, carbon monoxide as well as nitrogen oxide and nitrogen dioxide. They are going to create cancer and the people are going to die, or the public is going to die. But in the case of other pollutants, why these pollutants are coming in petrol and diesel? Okay, so coming to that, so there are some impurities that are added by the manufacturer. So those who manufacture this petrol and diesel, so they extract from the earth, and in order to have improved performance of the engine, they are going to add some impurities. Those impurities are called as sulfur. So let's try to focus on this sulfur and how the sulfur is affecting the nature. So how the sulfur is available means, this sulfur is available as a pollutant in diesel, and this sulfur is available in jet fuel. The fuel what we use, the petrol is different, and the fuel what we use in aeroplanes is different. Okay, our Airbus is nothing but the jet fuel and CNG. So nowadays everyone is going for rather than IC, which is called compressed natural gas. All this comes under same category. All these fuels consist of what? Sulfur as an impurity. Why? Because originally it has sulfur of its own. Okay, so what are the problems of this sulfur is? So the sulfur is available from the petrol as hydrogen sulfur, which is nothing but hydrogen sulfur H2S. This hydrogen sulfur which is there will comes out from the vehicle or directly available in the petrol. It undergoes oxidation and it comes as a byproduct as what are the byproducts? Sulfur dioxide and the hydrogen molecule. And what will happen to this sulfur dioxide is, the sulfur dioxide once again undergoes oxidation and will frame out a sulfur trioxide. So hope the equation is not balanced here. So how many oxygen atoms you have? 2 plus 2, 4. So I am going to add 2 here. So now how many sulfurs are there? 2 sulfurs. That's why I am putting 2 here. Therefore sulfur atoms are 2 here. Here also sulfur atoms are 2 here. So here 2 into 2, 4, 4 plus 2, 6. How many oxygen atoms are there? 6 oxygen atoms are there. Here also how many oxygen atoms are there? 6 oxygen atoms are there. I can say the equation is now balanced. Okay, remember from sulfur dioxide what the ultimate byproduct is going to develop after performing oxidation? Sulfur trioxide. This sulfur trioxide will mix with the moisture available in the atmosphere. This moisture is called as water, H2O. So automatically it will get separated as a byproduct as H2SO3 plus O. It will try to develop an acid which is called as, what is H2SO4? Sulfuric acid. So and the sulfuric acid, whenever the rain is falling, it will mix with this rain and sulfuric acid will fall on the trees and human being. Just understand, if a concentrated sulfuric acid is if you pour on your hand, what will happen? It will completely burn your hand. So if the same is falling like a rain, what will happen? So that's how the environment is going to collapse due to the availability of sulfur, where this sulfur is added as an impurity to the petrol and diesel for better efficiency. And coming to the one more, so these companies add one more material to increase that efficiency. The type of material is nothing but tetraethyl lead. Sir, why these companies are adding all these impurities? They want electric vehicles, they want IC engines has to be sold, and that IC engine also should offer improved performance. They want more life of the engine and they want money. So that's why they are adding all the pollutants and they are creating cancers to the human being and the people are dying. So let's try to discuss about one more pollutant. That pollutant what the manufacturer or the petrol and diesel companies add is tetraethyl lead. In shortcut it is also called as lead. So why lead is added is, lead is added to the petrol to improve the performance of an internal combustion engine. If you want a better ignition, definitely you have to use lead. And if you use lead, the lifespan of the engine will increase. So actually maximum lifespan of an IC engine is how many kilometers? Maximum 2 lakh kilometers or 1 lakh kilometers. So nowadays for every 50,000 kilometers we have to go for BORC. That's what the quality of vehicles nowadays. So after 1 lakh we have to throw the electric vehicle outside. We have to put in the, we have to put our IC engine into the scrap and we have to go for a new IC engine. So that's what the condition of the engines now. So these companies are adding lead to increase the lifespan of engine, And next one, so why they are adding all this is they have a property where this property is called knock resistance. Sir, what is this knock resistance? Knock resistance means the petrol should not self burn of its own, it should not self ignite of its own. To put a petrol in one room or in the tank, it should not burn of its own. Okay, it should not burn means what they have to add? Lead they have to add. If you are not adding the lead, automatically if you store it, it will blast. It can self ignite. This is the main drawback of this petrol. So to overcome all those drawbacks and to increase the sales of internal combustion engine, they are adding the pollutants like lead, they are adding the pollutants like sulfur, which is creating an acid rain, as well as they are going to have one property which is called knock resistance. This knock resistance is like adding a lead, will get this knock resistance. This will prevent the petrol from self burning, and one more drawback is the petrol is burned in an uncontrolled way. The petrol is burned in an uncontrolled way. What is the meaning here? So once if you take 10 liters of petrol, you pour it, just ignite it. Does it run in an controlled way or uncontrolled way? It's like blast, it will happen, which is called uncontrolled way. That's the main drawback of petrol and diesel. So if these chemicals are this much dangerous, why we are using in an internal combustion engine? Because there is no other alternative in olden days. That's why these dangerous materials were added, like lead also has added, and sulfur is also added, which is completely disturbing the life of an human being. So that's where there is a need of transforming the life to electric vehicle. And next to environmental issue is if you inhale this lead through your nose, it will go to the lungs and it will create some neurological diseases, which is like a mental disturbance, which is called saturnism. So your neurons will start malfunctioning, and sometimes it may get blocked also, which is called saturnism, which is a dangerous neurological disease. All these are the side effects of adding lead. They are adding lead for what? For better life of the engine. They are adding lead for what? Safety of the petrol. They are adding lead for the improved performance. All the things are there. In addition to those benefits, what are the drawbacks? The people are dying with the mental disabilities. They are getting neurological disease where your nervous system will block, and automatically you will also will have a brain stroke, and nothing will come into action. Okay, so they die with saturnism, and our atmosphere get damaged with acid rain. So these are all the problems associated with the pollutants what they add, or the impurities they add to the petrol as well as the diesel. And this is one kind of side effect. Coming to the next side effect to the environment. Next side effect is nothing but global warming. The name itself is saying that your globe or your earth is undergoing warming. Warming means, what is the meaning of warm? The temperature is increasing. Okay, what is how this temperature is increased? Okay, you have the sun here, you have the earth here, and sun is trying to give some sort of ultraviolet radiations, but earth will reflect some kind of radiation. In the air, what is available is methane gas is available. So this methane gas has the caliber, or this has a property to trap all the ultraviolet radiation. If all the heat is absorbed in the air, automatically what will happen? There is no moisture is available. If there is no moisture availability, automatically the temperature rises. If the temperature rises, what will happen? So we are very comfortable in winter season. In summer season, what is the temperature we are experiencing? 45 degrees. If it is like 45 degrees, the trees cannot grow. There is no good yielding, and the people will have a number of sunstrokes, and the people cannot also withstand. If you go up to 50, the chance of existence of human being is also complicated. Okay, so this is what's happening when the temperature is increasing. That is called warming. What is getting warmed? Globe. Why globe is getting warm? Due to availability of this methane gas, or due to availability of this carbon dioxide. From where this carbon dioxide you are getting? From the combustion of internal engine, where you are getting this carbon dioxide, carbon monoxide, nitrogen oxide, nitrogen dioxide. All these gases are available in the atmosphere. They will try to trap higher amount of heat energy. When they trap the heat energy, automatically the atmosphere becomes overheated. If it is overheated, the existence of life also will become complicated, and the tree also will be continuously drying. That's why you have some drought conditions in summer season. So these are all the advantages of IC engine, or the drawbacks. These are the side effects or the environmental damages created by an internal combustion engine. Now what is our alternative? So to overcome this acid rain, to overcome this neurological disease, to overcome this heating of the earth, what is our alternative? Rather than using an internal combustion engine, try to buy an electric vehicle which is an zero emissive electric vehicle, or where you can say that there is no emissions produced by this. So there is no carbon dioxide, there is no acid rain, there is no saturism, there is no global warming if you use an electric vehicle. Why? Because they are properly designed with a proper technology which use a motor and an battery. So from this, though there is no tailpipe, tailpipe undadu. What is meant by tailpipe? Silencer. Silencer will produce all these pollutants. There is no tailpipe in electric vehicle. Only you have motor, we have a battery, just it will accelerate or so. Automatically all these pollutants become zero. That's why there is a need of transforming our lifestyle from internal combustion engine to electric vehicle. So this is all about the social and environmental importance of internal combustion engine, or the issues created by internal combustion engine. Okay, so this is all about the environmental importance. Let's try to go with the next one. Okay.